Ladies and gents, welcome to Six Figs. I'm Kyle, and in today's video, we're talking about the internet computer from the ecosystem charts to the news. Let's dive right into it. If you have a Dmail address, you might be qualified for an airdrop. I had one or two. I think I was able to get like 200 Dmail tokens. Sonic, the Dex here goes on to say, congratulations to Dmail, the OG ICP project has been listed on a lot of centralized exchanges. So this is amazing, and congrats to Dmail. They're trading at about 70 cents, somewhere in there. I'm going to see if we can figure out what the official ticker is on TradingView and maybe cover it in some future videos. Hong Kong, folks, is getting bullish on Bitcoin, and I just think that a lot of these larger nations just don't want to miss out. And really, Hong Kong ready stablecoin regulation, receiving its first Bitcoin application from the Harvest Fund in the mix. So with that said, it'll be interesting to see what 2024 has in store for China and Bitcoin. I'm hoping to get over to China here towards the end of the year for like a few days, maybe the Shanghai region, somewhere in there. But with that said, folks, beaver.icp dropped an absolute banger of a tweet. Weekly GitHub stats for the core development team. Looks like ICP is front running everybody with 416 commits. Also, weekly GitHub stats, ecosystem, ICP, ranked number 3. So this is great news, and you see ICP front running this chart, these metrics all the time, especially for GitHub commits. So Cryptometheus, I believe is how you pronounce this website, Beaver, check him out, drop that. So with that said, folks, Dfinity welcomes the new app called Blockbolt. This is very interesting. This is a payment protocol that has just landed on the internet computer, and you can use CKBTC with it. So with that said, you know, it'll be interesting to see how Blockbolt, you know, kind of performs and does within the IC. Now, this is going to be crazy. Starting yesterday, Google allowed crypto ads boosting Bitcoin ETF speculation. So with that said, effective January 29th, which was yesterday, basically advertisers can now offer crypto ads. So this is huge. And this was one of the big catalysts to like the 2021 bull run, is that crypto was everywhere. Stadiums, it was all over the place. So with that said, it'll be interesting to see now that Google, which is one of the world's largest search engines, is now going to start, you know, shilling crypto to everyone, pretty much. ICP, folks, down 3.8% on the day. We're still up 96% on the year. It's just crazy to think about that. Trading at 12 bucks. Last time we left off on ICP, folks, basically we were speculating how we were seeing this inverse head and shoulders. Well, this thing did execute, right? But it failed along the way to gain any traction, and we ended up seeing more of a rising wedge kind of come out of the mix here. Bear with me 1 second. You can kind of see this rising wedge that just developed on this right shoulder, and it just was a failed attempt, which happens. This was a very small pattern to begin with. It did confirm, however, because we did see price break above that trend line. So for now, what I am waiting for on the IC as far as like price action is concerned, there is still a fairly decent size inverse head and shoulders that could be kind of forming here is on the chart. So on a 4-hour chart, it might be easier to see. You can see the left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Ideally, I would like to see ICP not really break any lower than it is below this like $12-ish region. But it wouldn't surprise me if we saw this thing maybe wiggle down to this $11.70, $11.28-ish level, maybe even take a crack at that $10.86 level if things do get, you know, bearish. But for right now, I mean, we're just kind of waiting and seeing, because this thing is technically in kind of like some sort of possible. This isn't like a textbook bull flag, but there is definitely a bull flag pull, and you can kind of see this flag that is forming. So hopefully we see price just squeeze on this 8-hour chart in between this $11.75 level to this $12-ish range. And maybe we can see this thing move to the upside one last time. But I want to just see where this thing's at on the weekly. Very important that we look at this on the weekly. And you can see how ICP, folks, has just been kind of trading sideways. So this thing ripped off at the beginning of January. And like I was saying back then, this thing has just been on a mission. And I'm hoping that what we see on a weekly chart is possibly, folks, possibly some sort of ascending triangle or something like this taking place. It's too early to figure out or to try to tell if that is the case, but we can see a stall pattern up here, or a stall point up here, and we can see that these lows are getting higher. So with that said, that's an early warning sign we could possibly be gearing up for something like this. Love you all. We'll see you guys on the next video.